This video will walk you through the process of entering independent expenditures into a report when the independent expenditure is paid for and disseminated or otherwise publicly distributed in the same reporting period. Beginning at your report screen, you will see a list of the reports your committee has created in your data file. To enter an independent expenditure into a specific report, highlight the report, then click the Summary Page tab. If the tab is not visible, click the Display Summary Page icon on the toolbar. Independent expenditures should be disclosed on line 24 of the detailed summary page. Click on line 24 in the Summary Page tab, then right-click and choose New. In this video, we'll be disclosing an independent expenditure for a $12,000 media buy that was disseminated and paid for on March 1, 2016. As you can see, it was paid and disseminated in the same period. Start by entering the necessary information for the vendor. If the name does not appear in the box below, enter the information before adding the transaction details. Since this vendor isn't in our database, hit the Tab key on your keyboard and you'll advance to the Individual Organization Information box. This is where you will enter the name and address of the vendor. First, you will need to change the type to Business Financial Institution since the vendor is a business. To do this, click the drop-down box and select this option. Once you are done entering all of the information for the vendor, click OK and you are now ready to enter the rest of the information for this transaction. You have the option of filling in two dates on line 24, the date of disbursement and the date of dissemination. At least one date is required. In this case, both dates are known, so we will provide both dates. In addition, independent expenditures require the amount, an adequate purpose of disbursement, whether the independent expenditure is supporting or opposing the candidate, the election, and the year of the election. Finally, you must identify the name of the candidate supported or opposed by the independent expenditure. Since the candidate's name has already been entered for a previous transaction, highlight the candidate in the box below and it will appear in the candidate box. Now, continue to fill out the remainder of the required information for this candidate. Now that all of the necessary information for a contribution on line 24 has been entered, click OK to return to the summary page. You will see the amount of the transaction appear in the This Period Itemized column next to line 24. At this time, there is one more step before your Schedule E is complete. Every time a committee reports disbursements on Schedule E, the treasurer must provide an additional signature to certify that the expenditures are made independently. This is required in addition to signing the actual report. To do this, click the Reports tab and find the report which contains the Schedule E. Then, right-click on the report and choose Modify. This will open the report information box. Here, you should insert the treasurer's name in the Sign By for Schedule E field by selecting it from the scroll-down box. Click OK to return to the report screen. At this time, the software will prompt you to modify the selected report. Click Yes. You've now learned how to report independent expenditures on a report. Please continue watching this video series for further instructions on reporting independent expenditures that are paid for and disseminated in different reporting periods.